for giving me this opportunity to address this August meeting. And I'm thank you to Jeevan Malaji for getting me in this one. Because as number of our members are wanting that we should talk about the solution of the problem, because my one of the duty has been to understand the history, the historical perspective through which we have passed, and all these problems are not new. It is in ages the ruler has always, and don't narrate the ruler with the religion, but ruler is a ruler, and to rule on people, that, as has been said, is to dehumanize, to make them ignorant, and then rule, put some kind of myths in the mind, and that is what is there. And if I just take you for 1 minute, that in a way, Guru Nanak was the first integrator of the anti-Brahmanical uh, thinking, because he collected the sayings of 34 saints of that time, starting from Farid, Kabir, Ravidas, everybody who represented the anti-Brahmanical views, and he also combined them in one Granth so that people can see it in an integrated look. And that was fighting, because the basic thing by which the Brahmanical actually sidelined the Buddhism in 8th or 19th century was by two things that make people think of themselves, make them selfish. Maya Jal, and make that this word is a myth, so you have nothing to do. So that was the base crux against, or against that the whole Bhagat movement came. Let us understand that part. The second is, if we take back, because the most critical situation came when Guru Gobind Singh was just 9 and Guru Tegh Bahadur was martyred. And the last message which Guru Tegh Bahadur sent, I think, has a key to all of us to understand. He says, Bal shutkyo bandhan pade, kishu na ho to paye. That if you are powerless, you are weakened, you cannot do anything except prayer. And the answer to that was, Bal hua, bandhan shoote, sab kuch ho to paye. That if you empower yourself, then you can change all the circumstances, and you are not to depend on anybody, but you will have all your own self supporting it. I think that was the key which Bhagat Singh searched, because when anti Mahant movement, which was ruling on the exploiting the gurdwaras and people's sentiment, there was a big Sikh movement which came against that, and it was a people's movement. And the first time democratic movement came in Punjab in 20s. So my point is, after that, one of the strongest movement which actually practiced a new kind of thinking was, we call it Gadar Party, the party which imbibed in itself the spirit of 1857. And they were in America, Canada, and there was equality. And the very first decision of them was that they would not recognize themselves by any caste or subcaste, but they will recognize their identity is their village. So you will find all the people having their names of the villages. And one of the personality which came up out of that was Baba Manguram Mugowal. Mugowal is village. And he was the first pioneer, after having lived with an equality with all his co-people in America, having a task of a very great task of bringing a ship to India. But in the meantime, he was to disappear. But he, when he came back, he started the Ad Dharam movement. Punjab was the pioneer in that movement. That is, then he found that though we have lived a new life, a new era in uh, in America and Canada and in those fields, there was equality, there was And that is why they came with an idea, which was actually stated in the trial of Ghadar Party by the youngest martyr, Kartar Singh Sraba, that the flag of three colors which they are carrying is the values on which uh, the society has to grow, and that is equality, liberty, fraternity. And it was astonishing to the judge that how such a young boy is so mature in thoughts. So that was the part. And when Bhagat Singh and his colleagues came, they narrated it little differently. At the same time, the first time the Ghadar party recognized that it is a system against which you fight. Who is ruling? That's very good defined, that we know the roots of that ruling. But at the same time, at this time, where we are now, we are actually the whole new liberalism, the imperialism's new roles are combined with our this suppressive thought which is within our social system. The social system is being exploited by the economic exploitative system also. And that is why the Ghadar party said that let us liberate ourselves from the country that we are fighting against the British a country, or we are fighting against a race, but we are fighting against a system, because whole over the world, wherever they went, that system was operative, and they call it that system is known as imperialism. And when Bhagat Singh came, he said, I define it as a dialect, that down with imperialism, long live revolution. That is, imperialism combines with your social forces also, against which we all are suffering from. That social forces which are repressive, dehumanizing, as well as keeping people ignorant. And the answer to that was found, that let us educate our people first. Well, if we want, the movement should be movement which educate the younger kids. And it was rightly said by Venkaraman that we should then create an organic thinking group. And that is why at this time, that is which is being attached at. That if JNU was producing some organic scholars, they were destroying JNU, the Jawaharlal Nehru University. They are destroying Hyderabad Central University because Vemula and others, they were the organic thinkers which are coming up, because their roots are in their own people and they are able to analyze large. And that was which Bhagat Singh and his colleagues also became organic thinkers. And that was a idea. So to me is that now, if you take that this genocide is not directly it. When Punjab suffered, it was a kind of international. Well, let us be very clear, because when Punjab suffered, it was because of post Bangladesh war, because this was a border area. There was a international conspiracy that we must protect the Pakistan from further disintegration, because that is serving their purpose. Similarly, they produced some kind of thought in Sikhs, and all that was so irrelevant with the problem of the people, that it was finally became handy for this. So, but at the same time, now, well, we have come up with a situation where how do we move further? How do we find solution to that? And as your is that commissions, the judiciary, the other, because this present ruling group or ruling group is, because in ruling class there could be two things. This is ruling group, definitely has his roots and his strength they live on is the Manuvad, the Brahmanical thinking. But at the same time, that very thing which you are called, that word was very interesting, chamcha, is inculcated within our own people, some people who are selfish. There are people who live for the society, there are people who live for the self. And that's living for the self is the basis of Brahmanical culture. And that is which was broken by Bhagats, that we must liberate ourselves. When Ravidas, Sant Ravidas said, where do is my place? He said, I'm building a begum, a place where nobody will be having misery. Everybody will be free, happy, and getting labor, the fruit of his labor to him. So now, why? And I think the best appropriate definition which was given by Baba Saheb Ambedkar was that we are Dalit. And Dalit is a depressed classes. So that was that there is a section of people. Because if we see ourselves in different groups, but we don't see that that the attack is on everybody who is depressed. Now, why Sant Swami has to die? Because he wanted to empower the tribals of the laws which are there in the constitution, the Pathargari. He was one, though he came from a different background, but he learned that if society's problems are to be solved, we have to scientifically analyze it and then come up with the solution. And he came with the same solution. And that was where people get together, think. So this is a big attack at this time because just for your information, I was working that mostly our present rulers say it is a foreign hand. But now I discovered that these three laws for the agriculturist farmers were actually foreign hand. They were prepared in a document in the OECD in 2018. In June and in August, the Modi government adopts that one. So the foreign hand is there because they are working for the foreign countries. They are wanting to have those things. And that is which consciousness was brought by Shri Kashiram, that was brought by Pariyarji, that we must how to strengthen ourselves, how to strengthen our communities instead of just having, because we are under threat. Well, and this is not, this is 90% people are under threat. Even those who are hijacked by their mindset, they are under threat because now we have seen how the food prices have gone up. And you will be astonished that this is a silent genocide, that you're eating rice has been exported with both hands. They said one port is not sufficient, Kakinada port, a deep Kakinada port is being prepared so that more of the rice could be sent. And if rice is sent, that means people will die of hunger. And that is where they're taking away the food. And that was what exactly British cared, the keep weakened, how to strengthen ourselves. I'm always reminded that the same formula was given by the Ghadar party people, that educate, and then if you educate, you will understand the problem, you will agitate. And that was the same repeated by Baba Saheb Ambedkar. And that same was, I think, the barrier, because I try to understand. And that is why there was a common appreciation of Bhagat Singh, that he also said in one of his articles, which is about at that time untouchability, he said, recognize your internal power. Who made Guru Gobind Singh success? It was all those people whom the Brahmins say you are untouchable. Who was Shivaji's power? And who was Bhima Koregaon? It was the same Brahmanical Peshwas who were defeated by the Mahars. And that memory, it reminds us that how much intrinsic power our people have. This is because of that illusion which is created. So my request is that, and there is, constitution will remain there, but it gives you some ground, which was actually generated. But at the same time, Baba Saheb Ambedkar warned that this is what we can achieve out of this time. We have tried to hit the Brahmanical culture, and that is on when he wanted to reform the Hindu family bill. Well, he was to resign because the forces against that were so strong at that time. So my submission is that definitely there is now elimination is going through your education. The new education policy which has been introduced is not to strengthen our youth or the children, but to weaken them, make it so costly that it is again the inequality. to which Bhagat Singh was addressing in 1920. And it was the same because he says the Swaraj which we are fighting for is for 98% people. It will be brought by the participation of 98%. That was the democratic aspiration. But at the same time now, in 2016, one French economist, a world top economist, Piketty said that the same inequality which was in 20s is back in 2016. That the whole resources are way, and that is the weakening. And weakening is a process in which you start the genocidal process. You want to eliminate all those forces which are challenging you. And yesterday there was a very interesting 6 judges audit of the laws, the UAPA and draconian laws and the democratic process. And they said the jails are now more worse than the jails of British period, against which Bhagat Singh and his comrades actually fought and uh, reformed them also. But we are back. And he said that that is a cold injustice. That is, that people are not only tortured, but they are put into incarceration for that. So I think in this environment, my session is, and we must work together because the Indian mass and the Tamil has much stronger background of their knowledge base than the North India. Because I know about Tamil literature, we need to search out of that. We need to find from guidance from Perrier. We have to find guidance from Dr. Ambedkar and this freedom movement in which people sacrificed themselves for making a society. And that is when Bhagat Singh addressed to the inequality, he said, we want a practical solution to that. And the practical solution is equality, and equality cannot come without brotherhood within the exploited people. Brotherhood doesn't mean that you become friend with the ruler, because you become friend with your own people, you make them, and that process will virtually take us further. And if we want to and the future still lies. And this farmers movement has shown that though on one level and the way our women from Punjab are participating, that means a new consciousness is coming. How much do we bother in our own family of liberating our women to be equal participant? I think Brahmanical culture has gone deep into our genes because we do whatever they do. Because Manu's two things I would just like to share, that how he says you want to rule the system, make your young girl so frightened, suppress her to that extent that she is not able to think of anything but surrendering to you. But when she is married, that's very interesting. He said that you can't suppress her because marriage gives him some own space. But then you get her entangled into the nitty-gritties of the family, more children, and the genocide is directly what your yogi is doing in UP by population control. And even RSS chief was saying we need population control. What does population control mean? That population control is remove all those who are not surrendering to you. So that is I just with that we will have longer discussions. And in the way I say that when we are struggling, the reconstruction is also our own duty, because not only struggle against ideas will give you, but we have to rebuild our own society from home onward. And that is where we will be able to take or give a challenge to these forces, which are now combination of Hindutva forces along with the world exploitative corporate forces. It is not simple that Hindutva forces is working. They are working under their control, and they are using as British was using it. British was using both sides. He will use the agricultural forms for taking, because the agriculture was kept at a very low level. and their kids were used as soldiers. And the same problem is now. So my suggestion is that when we are struggling, we are raising issues, we should also think of reconstructing our own communities or our own children's future by educating, and nobody will educate them. And that is what Bhagat Singh said. In that small article in that age, he said, empower yourself, your bodies by free thinking, and that will not be given by anybody. You have to have your own way of doing it. Do we concentrate? Political process is one, organization is one, but at the same time, are we educating the way that I think that word, that are we educating them as organic thinker who could think of himself and find a solution? And that's a wonderful thing which has been searched out, that human mind has a capability that once a problem is recognized, the solution is followed because he is able to find the solution. And that is the whole progress of the society. So we have to find our problem, but not giving them that this is your problem. Let them realize that what is their problem and then come up with the solution. That is what Malparier actually gave us, that how he brought the whole confidence movement by equality, by even within ourselves. We have talked about the Brahmanical culture at the above, but if you see, that has percolated within our own selves. We are recognized by differences than by a combination or combined forces of that. So my request is that we must continue, and I thank you, congratulate Jeevan Malla and your movement for giving me this opportunity. But this is a beginning. We must have a dialogue of how we can do that, and a parallel social movement. And the last thing I would like to remind you is that in America, King Martin Luther came to the civil liberties movement later. The very first movement which he brought was that our kids of 10 to 11 years, if come to the streets and ask for their education rights, that will be the beginning. And that was the beginning of it. And I think now the education is under threat. It is being hijacked, and the even the nutrition will be hijacked by their so-called greed for export of food items. They are not able to produce industrial item for export, but they are exporting the food item, which means they are bringing silently a kind of hunger on our people whose even their employment, their resources of income are taken away first, and now they will be put into, and that will be the slow removal of masses of people, which have to understand. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity for this small interception.
We can create even casteless society only by becoming rulers of India.